Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Saturday, the 21st of October 2023. We're publishing our gold and silver weekly update for the week ending the 20th of October. Precious metals are up again and could have even further to go. Why? Well, let's take a look. Now first, just a quick reminder, we've set up a second channel entitled Finances Do Matter, covering a whole array of financial topics. We've placed a link in the description box and comment section below for those who have not yet joined that channel. Meanwhile, going back to what happened last week and what we expect to happen this coming week, gold rose $48 last week, rising from $1,933 to $1,981. Having hit a high of 1997, just shy of 2000, and a low of 1908, a rise of 2.5% after the previous week's rise of $100 or 5.5%. So it's still in an uptrend. In sterling terms, gold finished the week at £1,631, that's up £37, and it's also up €31 at 1871 euros. Silver rose 65 cents. Rising from $22.72 to $23.37, having actually been as high as $24.05 and as low as $22.39, a rise of 2.9%. In sterling terms, silver closed up 50 pence at £19.25, and in euros it closed up 0.44 euros at 22.09 euros. The result of this is that the gold to silver ratio fell slightly from 85.1 to 1 to 84.8 to 1. The difference between gold's high and low was $89, and the difference between silver's high and low was $1.66. Now this is what we said last week concerning our forecast. We expect gold to trade between $1,900 and $2,000, with $1,850 to $2,025 as outliers. Well, gold traded within our normal trading range, and we reinforced the fact that we expected gold to get close to, if not actually reach $2,000, which was the top of our normal range, when on Wednesday we produced the video, Gold Forecast, Will It Hit $2,000 This Week? Not many people actually looked at that video, which is a little disappointing, bearing in mind that gold was only just $3 shy. But if you haven't listened to it, please do so. We've placed a link below. Now, we also stated that we expected silver to trade between $22.25 and $23.75, with $22 to $24.50 as outliers. Silver did move into our outlier territory very briefly on Friday and then fell back again into our designated trading area. Now, looking at other financials, Bitcoin stands at $29,799. That's up almost $3,000, $2,923 on the week. Equities were broadly down. Dow Jones down 543 points at 33,127. The S&P 500 down 103 points at 4,224. The Nasdaq down 424 points at 12,983. And the FTSE 100 index down 197 points at 7,402. Unfortunately, oils were not down. They were, admittedly, not a lot, but marginally up. Brent crude up $1.27 at $92.16, and WTI crude just up 39 cents at $88.08. Still $20 too high for our liking, and if we're serious about hitting inflation on the nose. The dollar index stands at 106.16, that's down 0.48 points on the week. Now, in terms of economic data last week, we said to watch out for US retail sales on Tuesday, and sure enough, they came in stronger than expected. September saw a rise of 0.7% compared with expectations of 0.3%. Admittedly, August was higher at 0.8%, but the Fed will be a little concerned that the fall was not greater. If we exclude automobiles, the rate was 0.6% compared with expectations of 0.2%. Now on Thursday, Fed Chair Jerome Powell spoke at the Economic Club of New York, and he issued this warning, quote, "We are attentive to recent data showing the resilience of economic growth and demand for labor. Additional evidence of persistently above-trend growth or that tightness in the labour market is no longer easing, could put further progress on inflation at risk and could warrant further tightening of monetary policy," unquote. Thereby suggesting that if the economic data does not cool down, then rates may have to go higher. Though he did not suggest that this will happen on the 1st of November, which is when the next decision is to be made by the FOMC. Now next week we have really important data, but not until Friday. This is when we have the PCE and core PCE figures for September. As a reminder, two measures of inflation, CPI and PCE. These are crucial, and economists are expecting a rise of only 0.3% in the core PCE rate, bringing the annual core PCE rate down from 3.9% to 3.7%. We shall wait and see if that happens. Either way, whilst we still hold the view the Fed should have raised rates by 0.25% some months ago, and if they had, we would see a quickening in the inflation rate deceleration, we do not envisage they will raise rates in November, putting off the decision until at least another month of economic data has been received and analysed. There is, meanwhile, zero doubt that what is propelling both gold and silver prices at the moment is the geopolitical scene, with the conflict between Israel and Palestine, and the potential equation thereof that this situation will escalate, bringing other parties into the equation. The US has not only sent 2 nuclear subs to the region, but also a significant military force, and clearly they're preparing for a potential worsening of the situation. Now, while this happens, gold and silver will be underpinned, and we could easily see prices continue to rise. But a word of caution: once these hostilities subside, or are seen to subside, both gold and silver will take a significant hit, as they are currently demanded for safe haven purposes. How much of a hit will depend on how far they may rise in the interim. Our assessment for next week is primarily based on the likelihood that hostilities will continue and potentially show no early sign of abating. But please beware our caution. There is, frankly, little point expecting at this stage to expect economic news to have a significant impact while these hostilities continue. So where does our prediction lie for this coming week? Well, bearing in mind the above caveat, we expect gold to trade between $1,930 and $2,030. So we are expecting gold potentially to go above $2,000 this week, with $1,900 to $2,050 as outliers. However, again, a little caution that should hostilities subside, gold could quite easily dip down to that 1930 level, if not slightly lower, aiming towards 1900. But as mentioned, we're not expecting that to occur. Silver we expect to trade between $22.50 and $24.50, so we are expecting this breach above $24, again with the above caveats, with $22 to $25 as outliers. Clearly, if things escalate significantly, then any assessment that I make can be blown out of the water. Pardon the pun. What do you think? Do share your thoughts. Meanwhile, we'd appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign. Also, as mentioned at the start of the video, kindly go to Finances Do Matter and subscribe there. And meanwhile, we wish you a safe, enjoyable weekend, a prosperous week ahead, and look out for future videos as events unfold. See you soon.